All right, let's talk a little bit about flattening the curve. I'm hearing a lot of stories going around, and I don't think everybody understands what this actually means. So, when they want to flatten the curve, what they're saying is they don't want the hospitals to be overwhelmed right away. Now, I think people understand that concept, but I don't think they understand that flattening the curve means prolonging the curve. So, if we are prolonging the curve, are we actually reducing the cases? No. The same number of people are going to be infected, most probably. Now, they do think that what you could possibly do is reduce some of the deaths that may occur due to the high demand on the hospital, not having enough equipment. If they all were to come in at once, it may increase that mortality rate because they weren't able to take care of all of the sick people coming in at once. This is very plausible. This is potentially a very accurate theory that they have, and I do agree with the fact that they closed everything, stopped all of the large gatherings to slow that influx of patients coming into the hospital at first. However, prolonging the stay-at-home order, it doesn't really make any sense. Getting the economy back into the groove of things, getting the non-essential people back to work that are not high risk, that are low risk people that can help the economy keep going while we still protect those that are high risk. So just so you can see, this is that hospital capacity. They're trying to prevent this high number of cases. And I did a hypothetical situation of, let's say, 500,000 patients getting sick at once, all these new cases. And then our rate right now is about 24,500 in the state of Louisiana and 1,328 deaths, meaning a mortality rate of 0.5%, significantly lower than what was reported a month ago. And that's simply due to the testing ability, the test results coming in, and the more cases that we have that are proven positive of people that maybe didn't have severe symptoms, they didn't end up near the hospital, maybe just a sniffle or a fever, those test results coming back positive are showing us that it is a much lower mortality rate than originally thought. So at this rate where we are, we're at this flattened curve, but you can see as I've extended this beyond into 2021, and possibly even reoccurring every year until we've reached the herd immunity or received the vaccine. The total number of cases here, let's just do this hypothetical situation of the peak of 500,000, totally hypothetical, but we're reaching this at a steeper incline if we didn't do social isolation, but doing the social isolation with the stay-at-home orders, all we're doing is just making a shallower incline here, but we're still reaching the same numbers, the same number of people being infected. I hope that makes sense. My point of doing this is because many people are saying, well, when they tell us we can go back to work, I'll go see my family and I'll go back to work. But people aren't understanding the virus is still going to be there. It's not going away. But there are ways that you can protect yourself and create a stronger immune system so you can possibly get sick with this virus and develop a natural immunity. And some of you, I think, have already developed an immunity to this from January and February and March and didn't even know that it was COVID-19. So that's always a potential for that. When they have titer testing, which is the antibody testing for it, readily available, you can go get that to see if you did have a previous infection with it and developed a natural immunity, and hopefully that can give you a peace of mind. But I just wanted to point this out that it's what we're doing right now and not developing a natural immunity to this virus is prolonging this to where this could last 18 months before you get an approved vaccine. And I don't even think at that point that that is the correct way to go about things, because natural immunity is what creates a long-lasting immune response to the virus. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you. Hopefully it explains how using this approach for a long term doesn't make any sense, and it's a horrible approach for our economy because we could lose lives from shutting down our economy, shutting down our small businesses, more lives that way than we would from this virus, since we're all going to probably get infected anyway. Just food for thought.